In today's video, I want to show you guys all the different ways you can power up your mills plates and keep everything 100% modular, starting with the most expensive product I sell, which is the magnetic connector, all the way down to the cheapest option, which is the plugged mills plate connector. And I'm going to show you how you can install every one of these. All the products I'm about to show you, I make and sell on my website, www.bevinsbricks.com. The magnetic connectors have a long enough lead that you can make a mills plate out of a 16 by 32, 32 by 32, and even a 48 by 48 base plate. For installation, I am going to be using a 16 by 32. We only need the back half exposed, so I'm going to close off the front half with a 16 by 16 plate. Now we snap the male on one side of the base plate and the female on the other, and plug both of those into a 4-port expansion board. Now we're going to plug in a 12-inch connecting cable, and we're going to use that to put power into the building. To do this, we're going to use two 1x2 bricks, and we're going to be using two 2x4 plates. One of those plates has the Technic pin holes. The other plate is simply so you can tile the floor inside the building once everything's installed. Now we simply neatly tuck in all the wires, plate off the top of it, and this mills plate is ready for a building to be fully installed on it and ready for power. The next option, we're going to be using the modular building connectors. To install it, simply plug the male into one side of the 4-port expansion board and the female onto the other. Now we got to build a small assembly to attach each one of the modular building connectors to. We use a snot brick and a Technic brick, and into each one of those we are going to install a 1x2 standard brick. Now we place a 1x2 plate on top of each one of those 1x2 bricks, then place the tile side on the studs that are exposed with the wires facing down, and repeat the same process for the other side, again with the wires facing in the down position. Tuck all the wire in, plate over the top of it, and now we have another completed mills plate, and this time we were using the modular building connector. The downside is this can only be done on a 16 by 32 or 32 by 32 base plate. Before you ask, I cannot make the wires any longer because you do not want a ton of extra wire inside of a building, and these connectors are intended for modular buildings. Now my cheapest and newest option is the plugged mills connector. I recently just put this on my website for sale. This can be used on all 3 size mills plates, and the only downside to it is you have to physically unplug and plug it back in to connect your buildings together. The bonus is there's no extra components needed. It already has the building entrance wire soldered together to the other 2 ports. So to install it, you simply slide in the building entrance cable, tuck in all your wiring as neatly as possible in the base plate, and cover all your wiring with the plating, and you are finished. You have another great mills plate, and it's ready to be hooked to a building and put into your city. To power up this style mills plate, you will have to use the USB port to 1.25 plugs. To power up the first 2 versions I showed you, all you do is you open up the mills base plate. In that 4-port connector that's in there, you have 1 extra port that's left, and that 1 extra port is so you can plug in the USB and 0.8mm plug kit into it, and that is how you can power up all of your mills plates with this method. If you're looking for city updates, don't forget to check out my new channel, Bevins Bricks. The link is below in the description of this video. Take care, everybody.